I needed to co-parent, I needed to be less independent, I needed to do all these things in order to earn that relationship, and I'm like, "Dude, no, I don't need to earn a relationship."
The warm golden glow of dawn flooded the windows of Janelle Brown's small Flagstaff apartment. While the world outside was peaceful, a storm of clarity simmered beneath its surface inside her. For the first time in what seemed like an eternity, she was still and unencumbered. Wearing soft socks, sipping on a warm cup of tea, Janelle glided quietly through her kitchen. He had gotten there much earlier than usual, coming quietly and setting up his equipment in the background, having opted not to disturb her. She did not need him to tell her why he had come. She knew already. Today was different, not like the others. Kody is coming. He had insisted on a meeting in person, that he needed to speak, that something needed to be said. But Janelle wasn't anxious. She wasn't rattled. She had nothing left to prove. Several blocks away, Kody Brown held the steering wheel with knuckles white. His eyes felt puffy from another night without sleep. This meeting wasn't his suggestion. Robyn had bullied him the day before. "You need to make things right with Janelle," she'd told him. "You need to mend what you destroyed." But as he drove, Kody wasn't even sure what he was supposed to be mending anymore. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you enjoy the real, raw sister wives drama, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video. It's getting real, and believe me, you'll be glad you hung around until the end. When Kody showed up at Janelle's house, he waited at the entrance for a second, inhaled deeply, and entered. Janelle welcomed him with crossed arms and an inscrutable face. "Janelle," he started, his own tone low and clear rehearsed. "I've been giving it some thought. I want to discuss us. I think we can rebuild, begin anew. I'm sorry things went the way they did." Robyn believes. Her laughter stopped him. It wasn't mocking. It wasn't bitter. It was genuine, outright, and startling. Even the cameraman dropped his lens in shock. "Oh, so Robyn said so. I'm supposed to take you back?" she asked, winking in amazement. "That's your pitch." Kody's face contorted into a look of confusion and hurt. "You don't have to make fun of me," he whispered. "Oh, I absolutely do," she said, wiping away a tear from beneath her eye. "Because your predictability is comical. Robyn is losing it, and now you crawl back to me. After years of ignoring me, tearing down everything we built, and walking away from my boys." She wasn't done. "You gave Robyn your future, your money, and your allegiance. Now that it's crumbling, you want me to be your safety net." Kody avoided looking at her, unable to meet her eyes. The tension was thick. "I never intended for this to occur," he grumbled after a moment. "Didn't you?" Janelle exploded. "You allowed it to occur, and now you think that your sorries can repair it. No, Kody, that door slammed shut a long time ago." Without another word, Kody turned and left. The door closed behind him with a snick. Janelle remained in the silence, then took a slow breath, a 10-year sigh of suffering, and then she smiled. In Los Angeles, at TLC's editing facility, the post-production crew was watching video. On screen, Robyn's last confessional rolled. Her voice shook as she wept. "I didn't want to be the favorite. I just wanted to bring everyone together." Melissa, the senior editor, rolled her eyes. "How many times is she going to say this?" she grumbled. The assistant editor chimed in. "The audience isn't buying it. Focus groups hate this scene. They say it feels phony." Melissa nodded, then methodically pulled Robyn's last clip into the archive folder. "Cut, that's it," she said. "Her redemption arc is done. This is Janelle's story now." That night, beneath the wide desert sky, Janelle sat out on her patio sipping a glass of wine. The air was still. Her phone vibrated with an incoming text from Mary. "He also tried it with me, said he needed me. I told him to go find Robyn. P.S. I heard you laughed in his face." Iconic. Janelle smiled and responded. "It felt good. Saying it out loud made me realize I'm ready to end this chapter." A second buzz came through. "Christine. Queen behavior. We're watching the raw cut right now." Robyn's last scene had been edited out, totally cut by the editors. It was no longer her life. It belonged to Janelle. Janelle placed her phone on the ground and leaned her head in the direction of the stars above. Finally, the burden had been removed. 10 years of emotional weight vanished. At the same time, in a scene that would never be broadcast, Robyn wiped away the black mascara running down her face. Her desperate voice shook on the unused footage. "I just think that if we all just tried a little harder, gave it a little time, Janelle would change her mind." Off camera, one of the producers interrupted, unmistakably. "She used to change her mind, just not for you anymore." Robyn blinked at the camera, stunned. "I'm hurt," she whispered. But for the first time, her tears didn't stir empathy. They didn't resonate. They fell flat. "Why aren't they using this scene?" she muttered into the silence. No one answered. In the final montage now approved for broadcast, the story shifted. A collage of images unfolded on screen. Janelle and Savannah, laughing at a farmer's market. Mary hiking solo through Utah, focused and strong. Christine and Truly acting out a cooking video, mockingly taunting the past. Kody, slumped on the stairs of Robyn's half-empty mansion, his head resting in his hands. And Robyn inside, watching in frustration as her last scene was abandoned and the cameras were shut down. The final shot revealed Janelle on her porch, radiant in the golden light of evening. Above the dying photo, her laughter rang, wild, rebellious. Voiceover Janelle. A woman only gets silenced for a while before she begins to laugh at you, and once she does, there's no turning back. Down in Robyn's living room, all was silent except for the creak of floorboards beneath the slow pacing of her feet. Red and puffy were her eyes, blotchy were her cheeks. A sympathetic camera operator had tipped her off on the rough cut of the last show, and her worst nightmares materialized. Her final confessional, erased. No redemption, no closure, no voice. Just a chill of Janelle's laughter and a fade to black. Robyn banged her phone on the marble counter, then grasped it again, shaking. She called TLC's production office. The phone clicked. "Hello, this is Robyn Brown. I just saw the episode. Why did I get left out for so long?" There was silence. Melissa, the supervising editor, eventually replied, measured and calm. "Hello, Robyn, we're going to take a different editorial route. The audience demands truth now. Your point of view isn't landing anymore." Robyn's voice was panic-stricken. "You can't remove me. I am the story." Melissa's voice was unyielding. "Not anymore." Janelle experienced a moment of clarity. "And honestly, your version of being a victim does not resonate with the audience. We've tested it." "You're taking her side," Robyn charged. "We're taking the truth," Melissa said. Robyn's lips trembled. Surrounded by vacant furniture and the silence of a life she no longer directed, she hung up the phone and fell to the floor. On the other side of the miles, Kody Brown leaned forward over her kitchen table in Utah. Her laptop was open in front of her, and her eyes were intensely focused. On the screen, Janelle smiled mischievously, taking a sip from a glass of water. Christine laughed. "You giggled in his face. I haven't seen anything better on TV all year." Janelle smiled. "It just slipped out, I didn't plan it." They both laughed, but the atmosphere soon changed. Christine inched forward. "Listen, I've got everything, receipts, bank statements, voice recordings, screenshots, everything, from the day Kody granted Robyn access to the family account, from the minute he took out loans to pay off her debts in the LLC's name." Janelle leaned back, considering. "You're saying we go public?" Christine nodded. "We do it our way, not on his show, no sentimental interviews, just our truth in our voices." Janelle hesitated. She had been quiet for so long, but not anymore. "Let's do it," she said. "They tried to silence us. Let's give them something they can't edit away." In Robyn's former grand living room, Kody sat like a statue. The house rang hollow. The mortgage 4 months behind, taxes on the property unpaid, furniture gone piece by piece. TLC was not calling. Janelle was no longer there. There wasn't a plan B. He looked at his phone, then almost under his breath he said, "They don't understand. I gave everything for this family. I tried to lead." But even as he'd spoken, he knew. No one still believed that. Not even him. The phone in his hand started to ring. A fresh wave of social media was sweeping in, and in the middle of it was Janelle. What had begun as a solitary, offhand cackle had grown into more. Memes went viral, tweets went around, and TikToks came in dozens. Divorced women, single mothers, and even erstwhile Kody fans were now won, not in despair but in certainty. Janelle's cackle had become a battle cry. One viral TikTok proclaimed, "The most fulfilling thing I've ever seen, Janelle Brown laughing in Kody's face. Forever." Meanwhile, back at Robyn's house, Kody quietly ended a phone call and sank deeper into the couch. That laugh, her laugh, echoed in his head. 1 week later, Christine and Janelle sat in Christine's Utah living room, lit by a plain ring light. This was not TLC. There were no producers, no script. Only 2 women, a camera, and reality. Christine faced the camera. "Years we let somebody else define our story. That's over." Janelle nodded. "We kept quiet to preserve the family, but that quietness gave power to the wrong hands." For the next 45 minutes, they pulled back the curtain. They talked openly about income disparities, land and property manipulation, favoritism, emotional control, and how, behind the scenes, Robyn ensured producers edited out anything that might damage the family image, all while collecting the majority of the show's profits. Christine ended the video with a powerful statement. "We're not angry anymore, we're free, and finally we're speaking the truth." Later in the day, Mary Brown shared a mysterious post to her Instagram story after viewing the entire interview. "Some of us stayed quiet out of fear, out of faith, but now it's time to stop pretending." Final montage. Robyn sat on her couch, quietly observing Christine and Janelle's video go viral. Kody, alone in the dark room, heard Janelle's laughter repeating in his mind like an eerie echo. Janelle, unencumbered, strolled through a park in the morning sun, her smile carefree and whole. Christine hugged her daughters fiercely, grounded, happy, untroubled. Christine's narration. They told us we were the problem, made us feel small, but truth doesn't need permission to be heard. And across town, Robyn sat across from her lawyer, Margaret Dillinger, in a dingy, poorly lighted office in Flagstaff. Margaret, impeccably dressed, around her mid-50s, with a Bluetooth headset always strapped to her head, sat silently as Robyn complained. "My narrative has been removed from the show," Robyn declared in trembling tones. "They've muzzled me during editing. I need to know what my rights are." Margaret paused, then spoke in an even tone. "The video belongs to TLC. Your agreement allows them complete editorial control, unless there is defamation, and there isn't, there is no legal violation." Robyn appeared dumbstruck. "They're turning me into the villain. I attempted to hold this family together." Margaret stared her directly in the face. "Robyn, that is not a legal issue. It is public opinion. You are not only unpopular, you're disliked. And now Janelle and Christine own the narrative." Robyn winced at the mention of their names. She was crying. "They're turning everyone against me. Even Kody's withdrawn. I'm alone." Margaret leaned forward. "I then changed my strategy. If you can't beat the producers, hit the platform, pressure the network, go public, target TLC, not the edit." Robyn blinked. For the first time in weeks, a spark of something flared back into her eyes, not hope but revenge. At TLC headquarters, inside a sleek glass-walled boardroom, executives sat around a long table. Brad Fenner, the head of reality content, slammed a folder shut. "Robyn is threatening to sue. We've got a PR storm brewing on one side and viral traction on the other." Another exec looked up from a tablet. In just 5 days, Christine and Janelle's video crossed 6 million views. Advertisers are making a change. "Brad, what is Kody up to now?" someone inquired. A producer replied brusquely. "Home is filming him crying in his truck, complaining about spiritual betrayal." The room grunted. Brad replied, "Okay, we welcome the change. Special treatment is gone for Robyn." With Christine and Janelle leading the charge, the network greenlights a new spin-off. Kody can come along if he wishes, but he's no longer the center. Then, a shocking revelation comes to light. Mary, who had remained silent for years, stunned fans by uploading a scanned internal family document to her Patreon. It revealed that Robyn was listed as the only heir of the family trust, which Kody had quietly transferred into a private holding. Janelle and Mary's names had been completely removed from the property plans. The paper also revealed that Robyn had been paid upfront royalties from the show, royalties the rest never even received. The internet erupted. Fans who were once faithful now insisted on answers from TLC. Why was Robyn shielded for so long? Meanwhile, Robyn wanders by herself at night, walking down a hallway lined with family photographs. The frames remain there, but the individuals don't. Kody sits in silence, gazing at his phone, hearing a repeat of Janelle's laugh on repeat. On the other side of town, Christine and Janelle are entering a new light. The cameras start rolling, the crew applauds, lights shine bright. Christine's garden comes alive with sunflowers, chickens, and laughter. It's the first day of shooting their new show, Our Truth, Our Way. Christine stands in front of the camera. "We were told the greatest virtue was sacrifice, that serving God equaled serving our husband, but nobody explained to us that losing ourselves in silence isn't sacred, it's tragic." Janelle nods. "They said our opinions didn't count. This show is our voice, uncut." Their production company is made up of all women, not contracted to TLC, no network censorship. Own the rights, all of them, through their own LLC. The show will premiere independently, on YouTube and other sites. Then a producer comes running in. "Ladies, the trailer reached 8.6 million views. Netflix just called." Flashback. Back in November 2021, Kody Brown ended her 27-year spiritual marriage to Kody, citing that it lacked romance. After Kody preferred Robyn, Christine relocated to Utah. In 2022, she met David Woolley on a dating app. They became engaged in April of 2023 and wed by October. In stark contrast to her tense relationship with Kody, her relationship with David is warm, laughter-filled, and full of public displays of affection. Christine refers to David as her soulmate. On the show, in season 19, it's clear, and Kody must not be happy about the sight of his ex-wife so loving. Christine spoke out about the lack of intimacy between her and Kody in a one-on-one interview with Suki Krishnan. Things seemed promising at first, but the closeness disappeared. They broke up in 2021. Christine admitted to feeling emotionally disconnected from Kody, particularly after seeing the affection he had for Robyn. She acknowledged that their relationship became mechanical, a physical connection without actual intimacy. She frequently felt invisible, inaudible. "We didn't even discuss intimacy," she said. For Christine, silence grew louder than words, and eventually she decided on something else, herself. Christine remembers a pivotal conversation, one that marked the end of her marriage. She had asked Kody whether they would be physically intimate again. His answer was no. So the next time he came over, she looked at him and said, "You're done." That was the moment their relationship ended for good. Since her breakup with Kody in 2021, Christine's life changed. In January 2023, she began to try online dating, and by Valentine's Day, she made it a point to be official. She was in an exclusive relationship with David Woolley, an 8-time father and widower. Their love blossomed rapidly. By April of 2023, they were engaged, and on October 7, 2023, the couple wed in a beautiful ceremony in Moab, Utah, in front of 330 guests, including Christine's children. TLC subsequently broadcast the touching event in a wedding special. The contrast between Christine's previous and current relationships couldn't be greater. With David, Christine discovered something she never experienced before: mutual respect, common values, and genuine companionship. David did not simply enter Christine's life, he attached himself to her children and grandchildren, becoming an integral part of her life. She loves his presence and appreciates their talks. For Christine, there is no turning back. That is what happiness feels like. While their PDA is a far cry from Christine's conservative marriage to Kody, she's no longer hiding. When the season 19 tell-all special aired, host Suki Krishnan played a highlight reel of Christine and David's romantic moments. When it was over, David gave Christine an admiring glance and said, "Well, you were starved for attention." Christine blushed, but she couldn't deny it. He was right. After years of feeling overlooked and emotionally abandoned, she had finally found someone who truly wanted to make her happy. In a surprising moment, Suki showed the same video to Kody and asked how he felt watching his ex-wife so openly loved by someone else. Kody's response was unexpectedly gracious. "It's really what Christine always wanted," he said. "I'm impressed by her ability to manifest that." Looking back on the past, Kody said, "Christine was an experience of good times, but as it got down to the nuts and bolts of the relationship, we both faltered." In spite of their differences, Kody appeared genuinely happy for her. And how about Christine? She's not only happy, she's prospering. David's dedication to monogamy pairs nicely with her eagerness to move away from polygamy. Some of her 6 children were initially hesitant about the speed of how things came together, but in the end, they gave the pair their wholehearted approval. David and Christine's relationship is based in trust, love, and family. In contrast to her previous relationship, this one is characterized by real affection, something Christine was never entirely able to find with Kody. While not all the children are totally at ease with seeing their mom so openly affectionate, they see she is happy. When David first made a debut on Sister Wives during season 19, David and Christine were frequently caught holding hands, cuddling, or kissing, even in front of the kids. And on the tell-all, Christine's kids expressed their reactions to the PDA. One of them, 22-year-old Isabel Brown, put it best. "Yeah, my mom always wanted more physical affection from Dad, and now she's going to have as much affection publicly as she wants." Ultimately, Christine's kids just want her to be happy. She's finally living the dream she always wanted, with the love she always deserved. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more exclusive Sister Wives updates. Thanks for watching.